Hey guys, I am just in my car now and I am going to go to a property not far from where I live in Phoenixville, Pennsylvania. Not Phoenix, Arizona, even though it's lovely there. Phoenixville. So I'm going to get going and we're gonna have fun. Here we go. Bink, 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 bink. Oh shit, I don't even know where I'm going. Okay, hold on. I just got to the property. I'm gonna do a Tour 24 self-guided tour, which I've never done before, and I'm actually really excited. I'll talk more about them in a second. This is not an ad for them, by the way. They're kind of awesome. So I'm at the property. I'm gonna go do the self-guided tour. So that means no leasing agents or anybody involved, but I'm interested to see if they say anything to me and if I'm just gonna wave my app at them or something, because you have to download the Tour 24 app. It's very interesting. Okay, all right, bye. Leg. Oh, this is a cool kitchen, two-tone. Okay, we gotta see. Do we have a wow fridge? Okay. I mean, I'm not a fan of the chips in there. Kind of lacking on options, but okay. We'll stay hydrated. I love how they set this up. So this is a one-bedroom den, I think, is what the app said. There's a pretty little view of the pool. We're on the first floor. We have that kind of like rubberized vinyl flooring and then a Berber carpet in the bedroom. Really nice windows. I believe that's a queen size bed. There's your bathroom. Ooh, that's a nice closet. What's up, closet space? And ooh, I love a shower door on a tub. That's awesome. That's a good soaker tub too. Me. Hi. That's nice soap too. Okay. What's in here? Is this a linen closet? Linen closet. Very nice. Is this a washer dryer? Please be a washer dryer. Yes, badass. I don't like that kind, but hey, it's washer dryer. And so you see they took the door off of that one so that it makes it look bigger. What else we got in here? Is this where the den is? Oh, this is the den. The reason why this cannot be considered a second bedroom is because there is no window. If they put a transom there, they might be able to get away with it in some boroughs. Great property. It's beautiful. I've only seen the amenities, which there wasn't anybody there. It's a nice sunny day, so the outdoor grounds look great. This is the key fob with Schlage, which they do have the Schlage BE467 on the lock, which is fantastic. A huge fan of it. It's also the matte black version, which is really, really cool. Okay. We're still recording. So far, walking into the property, they have a beautiful Butterfly MX intercom system. The app for Tour 24 gave me information to hold my hand up to the lockbox and unlock it so I could get this. Didn't work. Took a couple times. I don't know if maybe they need to make it a little bit more clear with the instructions, like wait 3 seconds or hold it specifically in this spot with like a little sticker. Sometimes you see that for like mobile pay, like at the grocery store with like the little thingy and it says click here, tap here, whatever. So maybe they need to do that. I was able to get in through the front door breezeway with a QR code that was on the app with Butterfly MX. So that got me in. Or I could have done a PIN code into Butterfly MX to get through the front door, but I wouldn't have this. Luckily, it's not after hours. So a lovely leasing manager was able to help me out. She was a little worried about it because she's had difficulty working with it too, but she said she has seen people get the key out, so it definitely works. And sure enough, it works. She was able to get it to click open. Anyways, you walk right into the community and the amenities are right there. The entryway had the leasing office, beautifully marked. The app with Tour 24 is really cool because it has, if you've ever been on like an audio tour at any place like The Rock, San Francisco, Alcatraz, sorry. So when you go on a tour like Alcatraz or other national parks or locations, you can listen in or follow along with their app for your tour. And this one was cool with Tour 24 because it had like an image and like a description of the space, selling it for you, kind of how a leasing agent would sell it. So you would hit play or you could move on to the next thing. And it walked me through every section from their social gathering bar setup, their gaming room, an outdoor space, their pool, other properties with Tour 24, which I really liked was that they had directional maps or stickers with Tour 24 with a sticker and an arrow And if the leasing agent hadn't pointed which hallway to go down, I wouldn't have necessarily known. It does say the apartment number, so the apartment number was there. I walk into the apartment, there wasn't a sticker on the door either that says this is a model unit. And I wish it had. It used to have that. I don't know if that's something that they chose not to do, but property management, you should do that just as extra identifier for people who are viewing your property after hours. So far, I've seen Butterfly MX with the use of Tor 24, a regular card reader system for the main door lock, which was functional and on during office hours. And then push to exits for the outdoor area, which probably also has another simple card reader that this can work on. It's nice that everything is set up in one system. Butterfly MX does integrate with Schlage, which is why I only have one key. So any person that moves in, the leasing agent is moving them into their property management software, and then that pushes it to Schlage and it pushes it to Butterfly MX system. So you get one key, or you can use your phone. I love this little office because I feel like I have my own little studio. Hold on. This is too weird, guys. I'm wearing jeans. I know. Hold on. Okay. You can see my feet. Okay, I'm going to go to the next one and you guys can come along. I gotta put my freaking shoes on. It's really nice in here. Maybe the other room has better snacks. Let's go find out. All right, buddy. Oh, parking garage. Hello, parking garage. This is cool. Can I go out and get back in? I guess I can. Let's find out. Do they have EV parking is my question. They've got bike storage. Lovely use of space. Oh, they've even got bike fixer-upper stuff. That's cute how they have stuff tune up, cycle for the wall of bikes. The wall of bikes. All right, what else have they got in here? I don't know what this wash thing is. It's not marked. I don't see. They don't have electric parking. That would be an issue for me. I don't see any charging stations in full. Where is that? Which is a wash. What doesn't have any wash? Is that like giant laundry? Is it storage? Oh, dumpsters. Huh? Because don't you? Oh my God, it's a dog wash. Holy crap! Gotta check this out. What up? How cute is that? I want this in my house. Oh, they got the heater on so it's nice and warm. I get it now. And there's power washing tools. This is the cutest thing. Okay, I think there's a dog park this way. I'm gonna close this. Will this automatically lock? Yeah, nice. Ah! Sorry, there was a bird. All right, motorcycle. All right, making my way downtown. Okay. And then this says WAG. Wives and girlfriends? I'm gonna go over here, take a look. Aha! There is the dog park. That is adorable. They've got a fenced in area for dogs, which is very nice. It's very windy today. All right, going back in the parking garage. I don't know, can I fit? I'm short. I do not, unfortunately, see any EV parking in the parking garage, but I will note if they have it upstairs somewhere. Okay, so I'm just walking in the garage, trying not to get eaten by birds. Ooh, what was that? There's someone in the garage. It's kind of creepy because I got heels on. You listen, it's like the beginning of a horror film. Okay. Gonna go back into the lobby elevator. My question is, does it still work? Yes, it still works. Green light. We're good. All right, going back up. So this is like an everybody use elevator, and those elevators over there probably go up to the higher levels. Cool property, the Diamond at Phoenixville. Really quiet. It's really quiet. And it's really beautiful. Look at all these pretty little trees and stuff. I'm really impressed. Honestly, that was a great tour. The property was virtually brand new, even though it was from 22, so what is that, 4 years ago-ish, when it got its certificate of occupancy. Because I'm such a nerd, I have to say it that way. Sorry, I'm really hot. Okay. Whew. Okay. A couple of things. the experience, it didn't work as fast as I thought it would. So I think people definitely have to be patient. Opening it up again to lock up the key was fine. It was getting the key out that seemed to be an issue. So I don't know. I was a little late to my appointment by about 6 minutes. So I don't know if that has anything to do with it. Probably not. Also, that's the thing with the key. It does say if you don't return it, you get charged with $150 with the card that you put on file when you do the security verification thing, which is fine. I think that's kind of fair, but it doesn't work when the time is up. Like, it's great because it only works for that period of time. So you do have that security, which is really nice. So it was Butterfly MX with Tour 24 with a Matlock, whatever, lockbox. It was very digital and cool and new, with Asa Abloy for common area access with all the amenities. And then you had Schlage for the unit doors themselves. They were using the Deadbolt BE467 with Bluetooth, which was great. I didn't get a chance to find out what property management system software they use, but I mean, it's a really simple system. They don't have anything on the elevator because they don't really need it. This is a really quiet area, not a lot of crime, but it is locked up. Like, from the outside, you have to be able to have access to get into the property. So it's very simple. I will say, though, I was disappointed I didn't get to go see a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, because it does say that they have studios, 1-bedroom dens, and 2-bedroom, 2-baths to view. And even though I said the second time after my time ran out the first time that I wanted to see a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, it only gave me the option for the 1 den, even though it says they have studios, 1 bed and den, and a 2-bed, 2-bath available. So maybe they should have more information saying, these are all the type of floor plans that we offer. This is what we have available for you to see. Maybe I'm nitpicking, but I think that'd be a little bit clearer. And then for the EV, energy efficiency people, I would want to see a charger on site. I don't see one. Okay. I'm going to go get a smoothie. You guys are coming with me. I actually don't know where I am right now. I might have been up here. Overall, was it a good experience? Yes. I would say that whole touring experience, even with my knowledge of leasing and properties and stuff, was probably a 6 out of 10, just because if I didn't know what I knew about leasing and properties, I might have had more of an issue with getting around the property. And also, I didn't go outside. I didn't follow the tour exactly. Even though I was able to skip around, it would give me next steps. So they didn't have the option where you've got wayfinding with beacons throughout the property, or connecting to a Wi-Fi with a map on the tour saying, hey, this is where you're at right now, take a left or take a right. But if I want to hop around in the tour and I don't really care about seeing the pool or the bocce ball court or anything like that, then what do you do then? What if it was raining and I didn't want to go outside to see everything? I think that's something experience-wise that I would wonder about, especially if it's like a larger property and there's no stickers on the wall, like the little round stickers of Tour 24 with tour this way with the arrow. It can get a little confusing, I think. So anyways, I would say 6 out of 10. I'll give it a 7 just because overall the experience with the tech on the property was very seamless. It was nice to just have one key fob to access everything, and it also shut off within that 30-minute window I had for my tour. So that was cool. I would totally do that again. I think I will do that again. That was a great experience for my first time doing Tour 24. It was a simple property setup. It wasn't a garden style community. It was typical wrap closed property, meaning that the property wraps around the garage and there's some courtyard areas in the center of it where your amenities are. The way that Tour 24 has it enabled at this community, and I don't know if it's like this everywhere, but when your allotted tour time, which is 30 minutes, is over, your key fob will stop working, which is great, like for security. They don't want people roaming around the community with this key fob and thinking that they have access to get in at any time. That wouldn't be good. Obviously, it would be a security issue. For instance, when I went into the garage, I just finished being afraid something was chasing me. I'd used the key fob to use the card reader to get back into the vestibule for the lobby elevator to go back up. So that was the flow. That was the journey of the experience that I was having. And I was still within my allotted period of time, so my key fob still worked. But what if I had gone over? What if I was talking to somebody and my time had run out? What do you do? Luckily, the back of that garage doesn't have a full gate closed down, so I could have just walked around the building to get back to my car. And the very front door does open then into like where the main office is at the front of the building, there's a full like boxed in vestibule there as well. Like you open up the glass doors, the Butterfly MX intercom system is there on your right with the additional card reader and the lock box for the self-guided tours. You get the key. So I could have still gotten in there to return the key. That's kind of a crappy experience if you haven't been at the property before to have to like walk around the whole thing. So I guess that's my question for tour 24. What happens when someone runs over their time and they're still in the property and they're kind of locked in? And what if it's after hours? What do you do? I didn't get a notification on my phone, which I know I was getting text messages, but I wasn't getting notifications about like, hey, your time's almost up, like a 5-10 minute warning, which would have been helpful to wrap it up. Honestly, it was a really simple experience. It was straightforward. Maybe I'm biased because I really enjoyed that part of the experience when I was on site. I enjoyed painting the picture. You can fit so many bar stools at your island for like when you're entertaining. You have this much space to get down to studying if you're in graduate school or whatever, blah, 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 right? There were a couple of things that I wish they had noted on, which was, does the property offer any additional systems for communication? The only thing I could see was Tour 24 and the Butterfly MX intercom systems. It would have been nice in the description of the property. Property is smart access enabled. You'll be using a specific app for the community for your experience. This is also where you get all of your information. More than just basic amenity talk, maybe it's a community section of being introduced to the community, or that's in the follow-up. I think that would be a nice touch. What you don't get with a self-guided tour is those questions that come up. Do you have any units that aren't facing the pool? Because I work nights, I'm a nurse, I'm on call. I want to make sure that I'm facing a part of the property that's not towards community areas. You don't get to know what the exact availability is when you're there. A lot of the time, those immediate answers on the spot are what close a deal over having to follow up. But the follow-up is always important. Don't ever forget to follow up. It was a really great experience. I'm definitely going to do it again. I think it's really cool. I'd like to see some other communities. Maybe I'll do like a cool one like in the city. I have a friend that works over at Greystar that I used to work with that I would love to go see some of their communities, especially ones with the really cool like roof decks in the city. Okay, thanks guys. Have a great day. Let's get nerdy.